The Ultimate Gift is such a beautiful film. It is so emotional and also funnier than I expected. It's not a comedy, but there is comedic relief in it, and that makes it such a pleasant journey. This was released in 2006. It's directed by Michael O. Sajbel. I apologize if I mispronounced this. And it's written by Cheryl McKay, based on the book by Jim Stovall, and it stars Drew Fuller is our protagonist, Jason, and we have some amazing characters, and I'll discuss those in a moment. At the beginning of the film, we learn that Jason's grandfather has recently passed away, and the will is being read out, and Jason is the last one to receive anything, and he's instructed to watch this video on his own in the room with the lawyer, Mr. Hamilton, played by Bill Cobbs, and that's one of the characters I love. I love Mr. Hamilton. I think he's amazing. And Jason is instructed to watch this video, and it's his grandfather telling him that he needs to do various tasks, challenges, if you like, and he'll receive a small gift with each one leading up to the big gift. And Jason's kind of reluctant to begin with, but because he's kind of money hungry and driven by greed to begin with, he has his eyes on the prize. He doesn't know what this big gift is. I guess we all assume that it's going to be some giant cash prize because his grandfather was very, very, very wealthy. So he decides, fine, I'll go along with it. What's the first challenge? And as he begins to do these challenges, and I won't say what they are, I don't want to give too much away, he begins to do some soul searching, and obviously he has his eyes opened to various aspects of life and is forced to reevaluate who he is and how he approaches things. And he does this with the help of a mother and her daughter. The daughter is a young girl called Emily, played by Abigail Breslin, who is just amazing. She is often the source of comedy, and her performance was just absolutely fantastic. And again, I don't want to say too much about what her character brings to this, but she was absolutely brilliant. And there are two reasons why this film works so well. And the first is that the characters are all very, very well written. And the second reason is that the balance of comedy and emotion is just incredible. There are very emotional scenes in this, and there are some very uplifting scenes, and then there is some comedy throughout it as well. So it's just the perfect blend. I will say the middle of the film, I didn't really care that much for. It serves a purpose. This is when Jason has to go away for a bit. I won't say any more than that, but you'll know exactly which bit I mean. I didn't particularly love that aspect of it. Maybe if it had been quicker, it takes up quite a large chunk of the film, and had it maybe not been for quite a duration of the film, I might not have minded so much, but I felt like that part of it just wasn't that great. It's not that I didn't like it, but compared to the rest of the film, it wasn't as perfect. But actually, the rest of the film, I'd say a good 2/3 of it, is just perfection. It's incredible, and it's also not predictable. And I loved every second of those 2/3. I didn't mind the middle of it, but it's certainly not the direction I would have wanted it to take. But other than that, it's thoroughly enjoyable. It's an incredible story that's really inspiring and very, very motivational, and as I said, very uplifting as well. Even though it is quite heavy going at times, it's beautiful. And if it sounds like your kind of film, which I hope it does, then The Ultimate Gift is definitely worth watching. I'm so pleased that it turned out to be fantastic because it had so much potential and it completely lived up to it. The Ultimate Gift is a brilliant film, a gorgeous film, and one that I absolutely recommend.